Should you buy AppleCare for your base model M1 MacBook Air? Let me put it this way. This is a Nexus 7. This is my second Nexus 7. See, a long time ago, many moons ago, I was super hyped for this device. The Nexus 7 was so cool. MKBHD was talking about it, and he was talking about how it was so buttery smooth, and I couldn't wait to get my hands on it. It was somewhat difficult to come by. I remember this place said they had it in stock. I went to the store, they had it in stock. I was gonna buy it, fantastic. Now at the checkout, the cashier was trying to sell me on this insurance. He was saying this insurance was, I didn't want the insurance, but he was swearing up and down that this is a really good insurance. Like, these are new devices, they have nice screens. If the screen cracks, they're really expensive to repair. And the insurance is really good. All you have to do is when it's broken, you come in, they'll check it out and they'll give you a new one. I still didn't want it. I still didn't want it because I knew at the time I don't know what this retailed at, but this Nexus 7 was like a great budget device. It was a great value. And that insurance kind of ruined that, right? It bumped up the price like $70 more, and it just didn't seem as good of a value. I didn't really want the insurance, but I figured whatever, I'll buy it. And I reluctantly bought it and just went about my day. Now, typically, I don't like to take a brand new device into the wild with me unless I have a screen protector and a case. But I figured, you know what? I've got insurance on this thing now. I've got a case on the way. I'm sure it'll be fine from like the time that I'm gonna have it until my case gets here. I felt so cool that day, right? I had my brand new device I was super hyped for. I felt like one of those cool tech YouTubers who seem to never have cases on their devices. So maybe I'm just a nerd, but I was super hyped on it. And I didn't have it in my backpack because I put it in my backpack, but I had these large, huge, heavy textbooks that were smashing it. They were like crushing it. So what I did was I carried it in my hand. Let's say this is a textbook. I had the textbook, I had my Nexus 7, and I was walking around campus with a friend of mine. I was holding it like this, but at some point I must have spaced out and I was holding it like this, which caused the Nexus 7 to slide a bit. I looked down, I noticed that it's sliding, I freak out, and I want to bring it up back to me to make sure that it doesn't keep sliding. Big mistake, wrong move. Let me break it down for you. Oh, it's sliding, oh shoot, it's sliding. I try to bring it back up, and I literally just yeet. I just launched the Nexus 7 into the air, and it literally starts doing flips like this. And it must have been at least eye level with me. Like, it was pretty high, and it just comes down and whack. It just lands face down. The dude I'm with, he is not really my friend. He's like an acquaintance. I knew him in high school, whatever. He just starts busting out laughing. He's laughing. He's laughing so hard that I just smashed my brand new device. And I felt horrible. I felt very terrible for about 10 seconds. Because then I remembered, oh, I've got that insurance. So, I mean, I didn't feel good, right? I was really excited. It kind of ruined, like, it was a vibe. It was a no case vibe, and I felt super cool. I obviously wasn't happy. You know, I had my new device. I barely had it for literally hours, and it was broken. But I felt a little bit better knowing that I had insurance, and that softened the blow. And by the way, they actually did help me out. The guy at the store couldn't believe it. I think he was a little skeptical. He probably thought I broke it on purpose, but he was like, okay, I'll just give it to you. And it was easy. Gave him the old Nexus, and then he gave me a brand new one, which is this one. All this to say, yeah, AppleCare is definitely worth it if you totally wreck your device like I did. And it also means that it's a waste of money if you don't end up destroying your device, right? Kind of. I say kind of because it's possible to pay, in this case, hundreds of dollars and get nothing in return. But even then, it could bring value to someone who is overly cautious like me. I didn't initially buy AppleCare for this M1 MacBook Air. It's the cheapest MacBook available right now, and adding $200 to that total cost is kind of a lot. And the price of this MacBook Air is likely to go down over time, which kind of diminishes the value of AppleCare. For example, let's say this MacBook Air starts selling at like $700. Well, I already paid $200 for the AppleCare, and it's gonna cost another few $100s to actually fix the device if something were to happen to it. So you see how that's not like that amazing of a deal when you think about it, like, oh, it's gonna cost me like $400 to $500 to get my $700 device. I mean, that's still good, but it just doesn't seem that amazing. However, I still purchased AppleCare for this base model M1 MacBook Air because I noticed myself babying the device. I didn't want to use my device when I was drinking my coffee because I was scared I was gonna ruin it and spill coffee all over it. I didn't want to take it to my job because I didn't want to drop it like I did my other laptop and get it all like dented up or break it. And just like other situations where I would probably want to use it, but I didn't use it because I wanted, or use it in a different way because I wanted to like protect it. Taking care of your stuff is important, and it's something I plan to do because that's just what I do. However, not using a device because of like to try to protect it is ridiculous. Like I bought this laptop to use it, and AppleCare basically made me feel more comfortable in doing so and using this as the tool that it's supposed to be. This is a tool and I want to use it as such. AppleCare makes me comfortable enough to do that, and that's the value that it brings to me. So even if this never breaks, I will have used it as it was intended from the beginning. So if you live on the wild side and you're like, I'll just buy a MacBook and it'll break when it breaks, and if and when that does, I'll just buy a new one. First of all, respect. I dig that attitude. I respect that attitude. AppleCare probably isn't worth it for you because, I mean, your MacBook probably won't break and you're already using it as the tool it was intended to be. And if it does happen to break, you're totally cool with buying a new one. However, if you're clumsy or overly cautious like me, maybe it's time to live on the wild side with AppleCare. In general, I think AppleCare for mobile devices is a great idea. But anyway, that is it for today. If you liked the video, don't forget to like it. If you want to see more, please subscribe to the channel. And if you want to help support the channel, click on the Amazon link in the description down below. You can treat yourself to anything you'd like. It really helps the channel out a lot. But if not, I still love you, and I'll catch you in the next one. See you guys, or gals.